Hi, this is Pastor Mark, and I want to do a brief review comparing two headphones I've been meaning to compare for a long time. The Sennheiser Momentum over-ear in the red and black trim, and the Viso HP50 headphones in the red and black trim. They both retail for $299 online. You can sometimes get the Sennheiser Momentum for less than that. The HP50s usually hold steady at $299. First thing I want to talk about is the way these headphones look, their styling. And I think that's a relevant issue to bring up because these are advertised as lifestyle headphones. It's anticipated that people will plug them into their iPods or their iPod Touches or their smartphones or their mobile devices and wear them on trains and subways and out in public. So, let's see how they look. Sennheiser Momentum is lightweight, it's portable. In my opinion, it's comfortable on my bald head. And I can wear these for a long time. Maybe in an hour or so I might adjust them a little bit like that. But I think that the style is very nice, and Sennheiser put a lot of effort into not only making a good sounding portable headphone, but also a good looking portable headphone. But in my opinion, NAD didn't put much effort at all into making this a good looking headphone. This one makes me look like a dork. And look at this headband. I feel like somebody can just come up and pull me right out of my chair. This is a geeky, dorky looking headphone, and I don't consider myself normally a self-conscious person, but I think I would feel a little self-conscious wearing this thing on my head out in public. I think people would start calling me Doc Brown. So I like the Momentum styling. Second thing I want to talk about is the build quality. And again, I have to give the edge to the Momentum. You got the stainless steel headband, the leather ear pads, and the leather on top. I mean, this just oozes luxury. It's a great deal, especially if you can get it for less than $299. And then you got the Viso HP50, which has a plastic, creaky sound and feel to it. And I don't think it's going to break or anything like that. It's just that I think the build quality here is better. But let's talk about the sound quality, because that's really where the rubber meets the road. I connected both of these headphones to my iPod Touch 5th generation 32 gig. I listened to Spotify MP3 files, 320 byte rate, extreme sound quality. I found the best audiophile grade files of certain songs that I could possibly find on Spotify so I could give both headphones the benefit of the doubt. I listened to a lot of 70s and 80s and 90s rock and some contemporary pop, Robin Thicke and the Black Eyed Peas and stuff like that. Listen to country music, classic country music, classical music, and in almost every single song, in my opinion, to my ears, the Momentum sounded crisper, clearer, and more refined. The one advantage the Viso HP50 had was its deep, dynamic, propulsive bass. I love how deep down the bass goes. Once in a while, the Sennheiser Momentum will have a little bit of mid-bass bloat with certain songs. Listen to Crocodile Rock by Elton John, particularly a remastered version of that song, and the bass on the Momentum for that song, for whatever reason, is kind of bloated. And it's more tight and controlled on the Viso HP50. But generally speaking, the mid-range presentation on this headphone is not exactly where I would like it to be. There's a lot of airiness in the middle. It doesn't sound natural to me. The voices sometimes sound like they're a little further back or a little bit airier. I feel like I'm listening to them in a tunnel. It's kind of hard to explain. And the treble also, while it is somewhat articulate, it's a little bit splashy. You don't hear that last bit of detail with cymbals on the treble. I would say the mid-range and the treble on here are definitely inferior to the mid-range and treble on the Momentum. The Momentum has slightly rolled off treble, but it's not splashy. You still hear everything that you want to hear. So to me, this is the better sounding headphone, and these are going to go back to the store. Now having said that, I do like the sound staging on these headphones. In a number of instances, I found that the sound staging was wider on here than on the Momentum. And I'm not saying the Momentum doesn't have a wide sound stage. I resist those who say that the Momentum is intimate and crowded and doesn't have a soundstage. Well, that's not true to my ears. It does have a good soundstage if the song was recorded with a good soundstage. It's just that this has a little bit of a wider one. It's got the bigger ear cups and the bigger earpieces, and that's going to give advantage to the NAD that way, just because it's, you know, bigger. And I'm going to guess also the driver's probably slanted a little bit. So they're both excellent headphones, don't get me wrong. My personal preference is for the sound of the Sennheiser Momentum, and so I'm going to recommend these. You're going to want to put them on and see if they fit your ears comfortably. I've heard people complain about that. I don't understand it. I think they fit great. But in my opinion, in this round, the Sennheiser Momentum wins the showdown over the NAD Viso HP50. This is Pastor Mark, and I am out.